to see if everyone is here first.
I made it.
That's my fault.
Well, everybody.
Well, hold on. We're not all. Sorry, I should have specified. We are half live. We are about to be fully live, and I know that might sound like a thing I just made up, but it's not.
Okay, so we're only at semi-live. We want to be full mask.
So we're undead. Are we like zombie undead, semi-conscious ghoul undead, or vampire undead?
We are now at full mast. So
there we go. Well, now that we're at full mast, everybody, welcome to Gungans and Dragons, Pirates of Drynax Edition, our ongoing campaign here in the Traveler universe in the Trojan Reach. You all join our intrepid crew here today as they try to enact Operation Petalfold, and try to capture the dread pirate Redthane. But before we go along with that, I am your game master, Richard, and I will be showing you all how the various NPCs react, how the dice rolls come to fruition, and I believe Daniel, along with a bunch of pictures of the various characters, has an order in which we will introduce our players and characters.
That order will be alphabetical by character first name.
My character first name. Okay. Well, Andrew makes it very easy because April's character's name starts with AA. So, April, why don't you go first?
I'm April, and I play Andrew. She's a spacer from Drynax, who has found herself as the first officer of the Gunny McCore, and she has temporarily gone onto Uriel's ship to be part of a ground attack force. So this will either be fun or a utter disaster, but either way, it'll be entertaining for you all.
Why not both?
Mm-hmm. All right, so A, B, C, D.
Sharky's next.
Everyone else. Yeah, everyone else's name is like
S or U. Yep.
Okay, so Monty, yourself and your character. Monty.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. I play Sharky Sparks, a backwater mutt who's trying to make some coin to send back home to his folks.
Nice.
And I'm the pilot.
I'm pilot.
I'm pilot.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And now I believe it should be
Sven.
Sven. Sven.
I'm Winton, and I'm playing Sven, who is a human Solomani from Strand. He's kind of the team tank, so when Andrew gets splattered, I guess I'll take over from there.
Don't you even joke about that. Andrew's not getting splattered.
Oh, we'll see what we can do to prevent it. She's got a nice gun now, so that'll help.
Yes. And now Ukluna?
Yep, Ukluna is the newer captain of the Gunny McCore, who instead of joining the assault team, is high up on his ship far away from danger, because his body is falling apart and he is not a well man.
Though that did just make me have a thought right before we introduce our last character, that if your character were to die in the future, you guys should just make it a tradition just to add the previous captain's name to the ship name, so then it would become the Gunny McCore Ukluna, and then the ship's name just keeps getting longer and longer.
I think that's a great idea.
I like it. That's good.
Sean, introduce yourself and your character.
Yeah, I play Urian Rakarth, psychic elf boy.
AKA a Darian.
Yeah, a Darian. But yeah, that's what I do.
Except that no one knows about it, so.
Well, now people know about it.
They are aware. Well, he did divulge to Ukluna about being a psionic.
No,
right?
he did not.
Oh,
No.
I thought he did.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
I thought we talked about if it turns out the doctor ever finds out that people's minds are messed with or something, right?
Well, I mean, okay.
You confided with the doctor, and the doctor said that if you ever screw with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ukluna
The
knows that
doctor-
you're hiding something. That is absolutely
Oh.
certain.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
And he's
Yeah,
a little
the
pissed that
doctor-
you haven't told him yet, I will say.
Okay.
The doctor might have hinted to Ukluna without actually breaking confidence.
Did you read the captain's log today, Sean?
I skimmed it, yeah.
Yeah, you should skim the part where you're mentioned.
Oh my.
Also, I bold
Well-
everyone's names, by the way. When they're mentioned, I put everyone's name in bold.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's see. This is the one that you did today. This was Operation Petalfold. Was that your log for today?
No, it's
Would you
well,
mind
actually, I
reading the
misnamed it
one?
as Captain's Long.
Command long for this week tonight.
Command Long. It's
Oh, there it goes.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, it opened up the wrong thing for me first time I did it. Do you want to read this out loud in the beginning of the game right now, or do you want me to read it out loud so everyone has a kind of a reference?
Hold on. Could you read it out loud? But can you do it in the voice of the computer from Star Trek? Gene Roddenberry's wife.
No, I would do it in one of my own voices if I was going to do it.
Yeah, we don't have to read it. You can read it. It's fine. You can read it if you want.
Okay, so for flavor, so this is out of game knowledge for pretty much everybody. Command log, Ganny McCore, authorization code GNS-KUR/UK1. The date, the year 1105 of the Third Imperium, day 191. Commanding officer, Ukluna Enks. All preparations for Operation Petalfold are complete. The fleet is in place, the teams are reassigned, and the search for Ferrik Redthane has begun. Final provisioning on Thieves went about as expected. Various crew members made last-minute gear acquisitions for the assault. Andrew came back with a heavily modified submachine gun. Sven restocked the armory, cuffs, brief charges, non-lethals, and a few vials of truth serum, which I specifically requested. The Ghana McCore's engines are now fully repaired. George signed off on the work, and we paid the bill out of the general fund. Urian, our newest addition, is broke. Couldn't afford to refuel his own ship. I covered it from our reserves. I told myself it was a gesture of good faith, and it is. But it's also a test. He's hiding something, and maybe he'll trust me more once he realizes I'm willing to extend trust first. That said, any future assistance comes with strings, specifically repayment. We held a bridge conference about the fate of Redthane's crew. There's no consensus. One option is to kill them outright, cut down the risk of reprisal or rebellion. Another is to keep the ship and integrate them into our growing fleet under careful watch. Krish seems to favor the second option. Personally, I'm not against it, but it depends on their temperament, their loyalty, and what kind of cargo we find aboard. That decision will come after the danger has passed. No sense debating the next fire when the current one's still lit. Andrew continues to be indispensable. She may want her own command someday, and I wouldn't stand in her way. I believe she'd make a hell of a captain. But the thought of losing her on this ship, especially now, that one cuts deep. We're the last of the old crew. I lean on her more than I probably should. After a week in jump space, we emerged in the palindrome system. The fleet's arrival was disjointed. Poor spacing, likely due to miscommunicated vector solutions pre-jump. That's on me. Still, the op plan accounted for separation. We sent out our coordinates immediately, and both the Bloody Elf and the Misery's Company answered the call. We did catch the attention of a local patrol craft. It made visual, then broke off fast, and burned toward a nearby planetary body. Best guess, they're running home to tell someone we're here. Either that, or they're connected to Redthane and trying to warn him. But that doesn't add up. Redthane isn't hiding on that world. My gut tells me we've got a narrow window before someone official comes looking. That could complicate things. Then again, we're here to take down the terrorist. Maybe that buys us a little goodwill if we need it. Upon rendezvous, we executed reassignment orders. George is now at the helm of the Ganymede. We've taken on a gunnery specialist from the Misery's company. Andrew, Sven, Leonard, Veronica, Sharky, and a demolitions expert have all transferred to the Bloody Elf for the assault phase. All the pieces are on board. Now we find the bastard. Ukluna Enks, commanding officer. All right. So, as the message said, everybody is in place. The Bloody Elf is already making its descent towards the moonlet. In the background, you can see the gas giant of Little, a mix of garish greens and darker hues just kind of rippling on its boiling surface as you hurtle down towards this potato-like moonlet, not even big enough to kind of to maintain a complete round shape.
He is piloting down, and did we do a stealth roll for this the last time? I can't remember. I don't know how that works.
Urian has piloted down quite quickly, and he has actually come in for a landing. So, as you've come for a landing, he goes to depart the ship, and he leaves out of the airlock towards the surface.
I'm so sorry. Did we skip over the thermal sweep? So we know where we know right where he is then.
Yeah, you spotted him last time.
Okay.
At least in my notes.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't think we got that far.
Well, I think my sensors check found it, right?
Yeah, and you were already heading down towards the surface towards him.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, hey.
So right now, it would be, and I think I rolled at the end of last session for engineer starting to roll to use your electronics warfare suite to start the jamming.
Was that a question? I'm sorry, I was writing something down.
Yeah, so engineer has already started that. Yeah, Sean, you were going to ask something?
Yeah, so I did mean to tell Ukluna about my character having the psychic stuff. I guess I just forgot. Can we retroactively set it? I just said it during that interview or something.
You could just tell me when you get back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's leave it for when you get back.
Okay.
All right. So engineer tells you that he has begun the jamming with the electronics warfare suite.
And it is nighttime, local time, right?
Yes. So the moonlit itself doesn't really have an atmosphere, so nighttime is a bit subjective.
I mean, it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after a couple of minutes, next to you, because engineer has kind of relocated himself to the bridge to monitor things, his tapping on his controls halts for a second, and he just kind of twitches in place. His little wings start to buzz. On the Bloody Elf, all the crew there, things pretty much look the same that they have been for the past few minutes. Just quiet. The engineer kind of twitches again and then says, "Captain,
yes.
There's a problem."
What kind of problem?
He cut.
I'm sorry?
He cut the connection.
Who cut the connection?
Urian.
Why would he do that? He's not supposed to do that. Are we?
I don't know.
Did he cut it, or is it being jammed?
I know the difference. It's being cut.
Okay, so Urian's uplink isn't being cut, or it's not being jammed. He cut it himself.
Correct.
Okay, fuck. Okay, let's establish comms with Urian as quietly and as stealthily as possible.
Problem. No longer know his position.
Okay, get Andrew.
If we do not want him alert, we should do direct laser communication. He kind of points towards the communication station you usually use.
To contact Andrew, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, so that's going to be a comms roll for you. That would be 2d6 plus 3.
It's a 10.
Okay. So at this point, it's been about 5 minutes. Andrew, suddenly you are getting on the Bloody Elf. I imagine you guys are all kind of like on this bridge area. Actually, in this case, it's going to be Sharky. Since you are now in the pilot seat that's up, you get a little light that's lighting up, and underneath it says comms.
I pressed the doohickey.
Okay. You start to hear Ukluna's voice.
I need to. Is your mom home, Sharky? Can I speak to Andrew?
No, and yes, and yes. Was that 3 questions?
Yeah, I just need to talk to Andrew.
Okay, Sharky goes to get Andrew.
What's up, Sharky?
The captain wants to speak with my mother and you, but I can only get you. So, let's go.
Okay. What's up, us?
What is your sit rep at the moment?
We're standing currently, Captain.
Is that we're situated here on Bloody Elf. Ukluna left like 5 minutes ago.
We lost contact with his suit uplink with we lost contact with his suit. So if he only left 5 minutes ago.
Do we still have him in line of sight?
You cannot see him from your current position in the bridge, though this ship does have external cameras. Do you want to look at the camera feeds or look at the kind of video?
If we can.
Make sure you don't turn any lights on.
That would be a computers check. Electronics computer. So for Andrew, that would be 2d6 plus 1.
10.
All right. Despite the unfamiliar Darien systems, you're kind of able to muddle your way through and kind of look at the tape. And you do find an exterior camera. And you can see, going back 5 minutes, Urian leaving the ship, taking a few steps, and then he disappears.
Oh, he's. I bet his suit is in stealth mode.
Well, that would make sense. Yes, he's probably. Yeah, he's gone stealth.
Would you like? Actually, for Andrew, roll 2d6 plus 1.
Sven again?
You have seen Sven's suit go into stealth mode, and it looked a lot different than what you just saw on the camera.
I don't think that's it, Captain. I think it's something else.
Well, how does a man just disappear?
I don't know. There's something. Well, Sven, what do you want us to do, Captain? Should we go after him? Should we send our second stealth agent after him? Should we send the entire detail towards the ship?
Should we maybe see if we can contact my mother so you could speak to her like you wanted to?
We'll table that for later.
We can do that after. I'll go spend some time with your mom later. So I know that because it doesn't look like Sven's suit, that I'm still inclined to think that his stealth technology is on. And I mean, give me an ETA. How long would it take for him to walk from the ship to Redthane ship? Well, like,
I mean, he's.
to 20 minutes maybe.
I don't have the answer to that question. What is the GM?
Let's say at this point, Veronica was nearby. She will say, Captain, ETA to Redthane ship from this point due to the low gravity and the rough terrain would be anywhere from 15 to about 15 minutes.
And 5 minutes have passed.
At this point, more like 7.
Okay, so we're gonna wait 20 minutes to reestablish with Urian. I need to get Krish. Andrew, stand by. If we don't hear back from him, we're gonna do this the hard way.
As you say that, Veronica kind of slams her helmet down on her head and said, "Captain, we're ready and willing down here to do it the hard way."
All right, Sharky, you're gonna be dropping them in, so get ready to fire the ship up.
On your mark, Captain.
Let's get Krish on the phone on the old horn.
Okay, 2d6 plus 3. Okay.
If he rolls, oh, never mind.
You managed to make a direct link with Misery's company. You hear Krish on the other end. Admiral Ukluna, what's the situation?
We lost contact with Urian. I'm not convinced it's a problem yet, but it might be. In the event that it is, and he doesn't reestablish communications soon, I want you. We're gonna land the Misery's company on the opposite side of Redthane's ship than our assault team, and you're gonna take your some more guys in to help with them.
Okay. Just tell me when we're dropping this stealth pretense.
Yep.
You know what? I seeing that Urian guy, I always thought he was a bit shifty. Are we sure that he hasn't gone rogue?
I'm not sure, but it is. I'm failing to see why he would at this point.
I mean, he could have just been a bounty hunter and infiltrating the crew, wanting the bounty for himself.
He had a lot of chances to fuck with us before now.
I mean, it might not be a bounty on you he wants, but the bounty on Redthane.
Oh. It's possible. I don't believe that's the case. If it is, we'll find him and we'll kill him. I'll let you do it.
Aye, Admiral. Krish out.
All right. Start the clock. And I want, we're going to do 20 minutes from when he left the ship.
Okay. The 20 minutes are going to pass.
Very slowly, I'm sure.
Someone hum the Jeopardy
Yeah.
theme.
So if you want, you can make a. You know what? It's engineer that's going to make a sensors check. Captain, I've been monitoring. I haven't seen any change aboard Redthane ship.
And you haven't been able to make contact with his suit?
Negative. Okay. Monty, do you want to roll for the Bloody Elf to bring the ship in and get a bit closer?
Yes.
Okay, you're only 1 kilometer away. So roll your piloting. So that's going to be 2d6 plus. Wait, is it +1 or is it just 2d6? Spacecraft 1. Oh, and dexterity +1. So 2d6.
So it's
plus
2, right?
Yep.
No, okay. Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Okay.
We just managed ourselves, didn't we?
Well, there should be a bonus from the systems too. But...
Most of those systems are connected to Urian's suit.
I've been telling Richard and Daniel that I was going to ram this ship all week. So I've been putting my energy into this Snake Eyes roll.
Great.
All right. So, Monty, you get your hands on this ship and the yoke, and you, with these holographic controls, start to pull at it, and you know immediately that you fucked up. In your mind's eyes, you can see your ship, the Bloody Elf, is going to slam directly into the side of Redthane's ship, and there's going to be a dramatic explosion.
Jesus.
But before that happens, all of a sudden, it's
wait. Before that happens, I realize that it's not my ship, someone else's ship.
So, all of a sudden, it's as if God himself has taken the wheel from you. And instead of coming to a horrible crash, you land neatly right next to Redthane's ship, the Torsk.
Okay.
And land perfectly. Now, you know for certain, and only you know this because you've been messing around with the holographic controls, you did not do this landing.
But he'll take credit for it, I bet. Or at least Slems would. Slems would be like, did everyone see how amazing I am?
So
I did that. Hey, Redthane, did you see how
Yeah.
perfectly I
Redthane, can you hear me over there? Did you see my landing?
So yeah, April, you kind of feel the ship just easily rise up and just go the short distance of the kilometer over and land right next to the Torsk. Smooth operation, not even a bump. Engineer says to you, Ukluna, odd. No response whatsoever from the Torsk. No sign of any systems being powered up from that maneuver. No reaction.
Okay. Okay, let's get Andrew back on.
Okay, 2d6 plus 3. You connect.
Okay, Andrew, what is your situation?
we are here at the ship where I was just about to tell Veronica that this was her show now, and was going to enjoy myself watching her work.
We're not reading any of his systems powering up.
Yes. That's interesting. Can I connect my computer to these to the ship?
Is there any sign of Urian?
I haven't looked yet. We just landed.
Looking out the front of the ship and looking through the camera, you don't see any sign of Urian outside.
I don't see him. But then again, I might not. What do you want us to do, Captain
My first instinct is that this is a trap. I want you to use our demolitions expert to well, first of all, secure a perimeter around the ship. Have our explosive expert check it out and see if it's booby trapped.
Okay. Well then, I will keep that in mind. We will do that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so Leonard and Veronica both are suited up and ready to go. You have the specialist from Krish's team. She's ready to go as well.
We need to be on the lookout for any signs of booby traps. Should be keeping an eye out for any explosive presence that they have left us, because so far they're just letting us waltz right up.
Okay.
Keep a lookout also for those sensors that Silverhand had.
What sensors?
Even though my suit had the stealth, I didn't have the protection from the infrared, or the it was the infrared sensors, I think.
Oh yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about. I mean, the ship probably has that by default, I bet.
Probably.
I mean, I can't imagine they don't know we're here.
Unless they're not home.
Does Ukluna understand what happened with the landing?
No. Nope. Like Sharky didn't say a thing.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, the explosive expert said, "Well, if I find any of explosives, I get dibs. Okay. You cool?
Fair.
You cool with that?
Yeah, as long as they're not gonna blow up in our face, you can have them.
Oh, don't worry. You don't usually do that. And also, if it happens, just turn away to look on the other side. That way, you get a cool scar."
This person leads a very chaotic life.
Well, she does have 6 fingers left.
I suppose that's better than no fingers.
Very glass is half scarred kind of person, you know.
Glass is half fingered.
All right. Is Sharky getting all suited up to go out as well?
Yeah, Sharky wants nothing to do with this fucking ghost ship anymore.
All right. Well, everybody gets geared up, and now that you're directly next to the Torsk, it is a quick couple of just like little bounces over in the extreme low gravity. You could see behind you fields just full of just sharp protrusions coming up from the ground. You can see cables are laying about outside of the Torsk, and it looks like there are several panels that have been put over, not only to generate some solar panels, but you can see what looks to be almost like mining equipment that's being set up to actually drill for something. But as you bounce towards the ship, you get Veronica putting up her hand for a second as you approach. And as you all come to a stop, you hear a wariness in her voice. She points towards the airlock and says, "The green light's on. It's open." Explosives expert, go check it out. The explosive expert's going to jump forward. And examine it. It takes a couple minutes, but then you just hear her screech into the comms. "Fuck! There's nothing. It's clear."
And then she blows up.
That's the part in
No.
Final Destination where they look at the camera and everything looks okay for a second, and then they get like hit by a marquee or something.
She takes a few steps to the back. Veronica takes point, and Leonard stands next to her. You can hear on the comms, "All right, myself and Leonard are going to take point going in." She raises her rifle up. Leonard also raises a pistol in one hand and takes out a sword in another. All right, we're going to head in. You guys are going to come in after, and hopefully we don't have too much of a party waiting for us out there. She slams the butt of her gun onto the side of the airlock, and the outer airlock opens. She takes a couple of steps in, and her body language is going to stiffen. Hold on. She says over the comms, "Wait, I see something on the other." What the fuck is going on? Everybody into the airlock. But keep your guns ready.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay. All coming into the airlock. Your guns are ready. The airlock cycles. You guys can't really see because Veronica's put herself like in the path of you guys, and so has Leonard. Leonard looks a little bit tense as well. But the door cycles open, and you find yourself in the hold next to the airlock. And before you, there are a pile of bodies that have been placed, and sitting on top of them like a makeshift throne is Urian, who
You
is
motherfucker.
smiling at you all. At the same time, he is holding a leash that is connected to the neck of Redthane, who is sat on all fours next to him, looking up at him with an adoring look. Urian, what do you say to everybody?
I'll be like, that took you guys a long time. I really had to work at this, the whole throne thing. Also, do they see that the throne is like? Do they see the bodies are actually still technically breathing?
Yep,
Sir, you had 20 minutes to do this, and you made a throne out of bodies.
Yes.
So, as you come in, you guys will all slowly realize some of the bodies are twitching somewhat. Their faces kind of making just odd movements, but all of them are just completely blank-eyed, many of them just drooling uncontrollably onto the floor. Many of them, you can see their uniforms have been messed by, well, bowels having been released, but all of them appear to be alive. And seeing all of this, you just hear first Leonard say, What in the void happened here, and what happened to these people?"
Oh, they're brain dead. I shot him with my brain dead gun.
This was this is Leonard continuing. This was a military objective, not a gallery of horror. We came to win, not to unmake men.
Yeah, we did win. So they're not unmade. They can be on life support.
Sharky's gonna lead towards Andrew and whisper, I think that's the bad guy.
Actually, at the same time, Andrew, in your own helmet, you're getting a private message from Veronica on a private line. Do you accept it for a second?
Of course.
She says, "They were pirates, but they were people. If he can do this to them, what could he do to us?"
Fully aware.
Okay, Andrew, are you stepping forward at this point? You are ostensibly the leader of this group.
What?
Sharky's definitely stepping back. So.
What happened? Why did you go?
As you say this, Redthane leaps up like a puppy and hugs one of Urian's legs and says, "Master is great. Master is strong. Master defeated them all."
Oh, yes. Hi, this is Reek.
Reek.
What are you doing?
Are you asking me or are you asking Reek?
Asking you.
Oh, well, so I turned him into a Reek. That's what I do to people. Like him. Like, have you ever seen that old VidDoc show, Game of Thrones? You know, there's a guy named Ramsay Bolton.
No idea what
hero
you're
of
talking
mine.
about, nor do I care.
Sounds like an overrated show.
So basically, let me get this straight. You decided that the plan that we put together was entirely too fucking boring for you, and you decided that you were going to come in here and play cowboy and make a huge giant mess. Am I anywhere near close?
Well, I thought this was a test, and I wanted to pass with flying colors. I thought, what better way to pass with flying colors than to show off my skills with a Z?
Part of your fucking skills are fucking listening.
At least it should be.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Reek growls at you and says, "Master is best."
No, she's right. I kind of effed up here. But at least I got Redthane, though, right? Or Reek.
Reekthane.
Yeah, Reekthane.
We don't have anybody. Is there anyone on here that we can recover? Or what is the status of the rest of these people?
Well, one escaped, unfortunately. But the rest of them are what you see me sitting on.
Well, I'm not a doctor, so spell it out for me.
Well, they're brain dead.
Okay, so they're just... Goodness. So the ship is clear?
Yeah, no, it's all good. I went through again just in case. I made a second pass. It's all good. So we could probably sell it if you guys want to.
How many bodies?
I mean, 12, 11 probably, right? If one got away.
Including Redthane / Reek, you can count that there are 11 here, Andrew.
We really need that one that got away.
I could probably
What
hunt her
happened?
down if you guys want me
What
to.
happened to the one that got away?
Oh, she did like one of those. She did one of those gambits where like, oh, I'll blow up this ship if you don't let me go. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to get blown up, so I let it go.
How long ago was this?
About 5 minutes ago. I mean, I could probably hunt her down if you want me
Actually, I need to update this timeline. At this point, it's now been, with all of the maneuvering and everything and all of the other movement, about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. I mean, it sounds like she really didn't want to be part of this crew anymore, and so she just kind of left.
At this point, Ukluna, you're getting a message from Misery's company, but the encryption isn't all that good, so at this point, some of it could leak the signal.
Can I do anything about that?
No, because they're transmitting. You just have to tell them to stop transmitting. Do you want to hear what the transmission is?
Yeah, whatever they've already sent.
Admiral, we've detected that a patrol boat from before has approached the moon, and we can. Our sensors did manage to detect a much smaller ship, maybe some sort of lifeboat, heading towards it, and it looks like they're intercepting.
Okay. All right. I need to talk to Andrew.
I mean, well, sorry about that, Captain. I guess I didn't, I guess I
Or
thought
am
you
I
guys-
still on the line with you guys?
No, because they left the ship and everything. So
I just
you
had a really
attempt-
bad comms roll too.
Yes. So you're having a lot of difficulties right now trying to connect with them. So let me just hold on.
What is Andrew's rank? Because if Ukluna's an admiral, then Andrew would be a captain, right?
I didn't think I
She's
was
the
an
XO.
admiral. I thought I
She's
was.
number.
I think Chris is just calling me admiral because
She's
he's
number 1.
yes.
Yeah. So at the moment you kind of overloaded your local your comm station, so you're going to need to reboot it before you can attempt to communicate again.
Uriel.
All right.
You should. Let's see. So, how many bodies do you have there, Uriel?
11. Well, 10 plus Redthane.
Okay.
Reek.
Yes, Reek. Sorry, 10. I'm sitting on. And he's a look at Andrew. Oops, sorry.
You need to take Sven and go secure your ship. I don't want that last person sneaking aboard it.
Okay, we'll do. Also, I guess I was I was just trying to impress all of you with this. Sorry if kind of caused a bit of issue, I suppose. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna.
Do we have low berths on this ship? Don't suppose you've taken the tour yet.
So you still have 2 aboard the Ganymede.
This ship.
Oh, this ship. That's a good question.
Urian said he made 2 passes.
Enrique needs to give me the command codes before you guys leave.
Reek? He looks at you and his eyes are completely blank.
Oh shit. Well, I guess we're not taking this ship. Unless
Did I get the command codes from him?
No.
No? Shit.
You completely shattered this poor man's fucking mind.
Which means we can't get any intelligence from him.
Oh shit. Can I unreek him?
What has been reeked cannot be unreeked.
Shit.
So you have to break into
Sven,
this ship.
you're making a sweep. So you're making a sweep of the ship right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna take you about another 10 to 15 minutes if you're just like literally running around the whole ship to try to find something. But you would be able to clock that there are 8 low berths.
Okay. And each low berth is going to hold how many people?
1.
One.
Well, you can theoretically stick 2 people into a low berth, but it's quite dangerous, and it's quite likely that both people that you'll put in could probably die or get injured.
Okay. Of course, they're probably at least former crew, so there should be more crew quarters somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, you can see signs of other crew quarters, but you don't see any signs of anybody still being in the ship.
Okay.
You do see, like, as you're going past, there's one of the larger staterooms. It looks like there's a bit of a mess on the floor, but it looks like there had been a poker game that was being played.
No other paperwork.
Changing plans.
You can see some cred discs, cred chips, and some jewels and stuff on the table. But other than that, no.
Grab that shit. I don't mean to metagame, but grab that.
Well, it's not going to go anywhere. Keep in contact with everybody. Let them know what I'm finding.
We need to. Uriel, are you able to uplink with it? Are you able to turn your uplink on with engineer?
Oh yeah, I'll just switch it back on.
You hear a bunch of chittering in your ear, and then finally, like, it's a series of chittering, and you almost swear that you're being sworn at in drone. But then you hear in Galactic, Urian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
You hear more chittering.
Tell him we need tell them we need command access to the ship.
We need command access to the to Redthane ship.
I will attempt to do access.
And we need to send somebody back to check on the other ship. Well, they probably can't fly it either without command access.
Also,
Ukluna.
I'm pretty sure they're on their way to the patrol boat.
Ukluna, you are getting hailed.
Does our shit work now? Have we rebooted?
At this point, you have rebooted it.
All right.
That's why you're getting hailed.
All right. What do they say?
Unidentified vessels. This is Patrol Vessel Vigilance of the Palindrome System Authority. You are operating in the vicinity of a ship registered to the wanted pirate Ferrik Redthane, now apparently disabled. We have recovered a survivor who alleges severe psionic interference and loss of life aboard the vessel. We request your immediate compliance. Power down your primary weapon systems. Hold position within current orbit. Identify yourselves and your purpose in this system. This is a matter of high concern. Cooperation will avoid escalation. Non-compliance will be logged and escalated to System Defense Command. Please acknowledge. Ukluna's ears will probably perk up at psionic.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to do a comms? I'm probably already connected with him, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is Ukluna Enks. I'm the captain of the Gani McCore. I'm here on a mission to recover a group of terrorists that are wanted in a different system.
The pirate Redthane is known as a wanted pirate. We need an explanation of the severe psionic interference and loss of life aboard the vessel.
I have no idea what you're talking about. None of my crew members are psionic.
We have credible intelligence from a survivor of a massacre that took place aboard that ship.
Okay. Let me contact my crew and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Acknowledged. Again, please continue to hold your position within current orbit, and please power down any weapon systems that might currently be powered up.
Richard, what is the time to power our weapons?
You can ask engineer that.
Okay, yeah, engineer. How long does it take us to fire up our weapons?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Currently, they're about 50,000 kilometers away, Captain.
And they're closing?
No, they are holding position.
Or what question am I trying to ask? Are they within our particle weapon range?
Range of your barbette.
Also, Richard, what was the name of this patrol boat again? Vigilance, you said, I think?
Yes. Believe the range of your particle barbette is long. So the range bands distant is like 50,000 kilometers or more. Very long is 25,001 to 50,000 kilometers. Long is 10,000 to 25,000 kilometers. So it's over double your range from your gun at the moment.
So they're outside of the range by...
Yes.
Okay. George, if things start to go wrong, I want you to pilot the ship so that we stay just within our effective range for our particle weapon.
Yeah, okay, Captain. Are we trying to go for a gunfight here, or are we trying to be more escapee?
Well, I don't really know the answer to that question. Right now, we're going to try to keep things from exploding. So let's start with that. Our particle beam has like a really, really good range. We probably have them on range, in fact. So I want to be ready if anything goes south. So let's power down our weapons. And then if things start to go south, we'll go from there.
Okay. They have powered down your weapons.
Okay. Instruct Krish to do the same.
Krish will acknowledge and do the same.
Okay. And I need to get Andrew back on the phone. I just rolled
Okay,
a 9.
you can make a direct signal to Andrew. Can you also roll me 2d6 plus 1?
Plus 1. 7.
Okay. It might occur to your character to try to sample some of the local intersystem comm traffic. Like, despite this being a fairly low tech level system, there are comm buoys throughout the system.
Oh, okay. What kind of information would that give me?
You don't know yet.
Oh, well, let's do it.
It would just be like general information, or sometimes there could be like system alerts depending on things happening.
Okay.
2d6 plus 3.
8. Lots of 1s in my rolls tonight.
All right. Well, sampling the comms traffic, you can see that currently there is a general message for all civilian traffic to basically hunker down in place, that there is a dangerous system happening, a dangerous situation happening in system, and defense craft have been dispatched.
All right. Am I talking to Andrew?
Yes, you are now connected to Andrew.
Okay. Andrew, what the actual fuck is happening down there?
Somebody went way far off the reservation, Captain. Somebody took it upon himself to take out everyone in a very grotesque way.
Are there any survivors?
Depends on what you want to call survivors.
There is a long silence. All members of the crew are technically alive, but calling their state living would be very generous.
Okay, we have a patrol boat up here that has made contact with a survivor from the ship that we were supposed to be taking by stealth, saying that there was a psionic attack on the crew of a psionic attack on the crew of the ship. Is that what we're talking about?
That would track with what we're seeing down here, sir.
I would like to know which one of you has psionic powers that I don't know about.
Well, the new guy's the one that went off the reservation and made this mess.
By
So
new guy,
I
you
would
mean
probably-
Urian.
Yes.
Okay, let me talk to Sven.
I'm here.
I want you to put Urian under arrest, and I want the rest of you to come up to the ship.
Yes, sir. Urian, we're going to have a chat.
Okay, cool. Is it about how good of a job I did?
No. You are under arrest.
Oh shit, for real? Is
Yeah.
Is it because I did too good of a job and I'm making you guys look bad? I'm sorry.
We'll have things to discuss, but right now we've got to get you back to the ship.
Okay, can I take Reek with me? I want to present him to the captain as a gift.
Reek.
Shit, what do we do
He's
with
still
the
right next to
crew?
you. He's right next to Urian, as you know. He's still being held with his leaf.
In terms of keeping things from escalating, we'll go ahead and go that way.
Ah, cool.
I
Yeah,
guess
I'll-
I guess leave the rest of the crew there.
It's not like they're going anywhere.
I'll go with. Yeah, I'm not gonna resist. I'll make it peaceful. I'll be like, yeah, okay, let's go, bro.
Okay. You all kind of head into the airlock. Sven, can you roll me 2d6 plus 2?
11.
You'll notice, as you're going to, prepare to cycle the airlock and everything, Reek looks excited, kind of like on his haunches, but Reek isn't wearing a vac suit. He's wearing just like fancy pirate getup.
Urian, any ideas how you're going to get him into your ship without evacuating his lungs?
Oh, right. No. Anyone got a spare vac? Actually, do I have a spare vac suit, Richard?
There's probably one on the ship, right?
You're by the airlock, so you can see an emergency vac suit, just like in a panel by the side of the door.
Okay, I'll put him in one.
Okay.
All right, Reek, don't fight me on this, okay? I'm gonna put him
Reek
in a vac
loves
suit.
master.
All right, cool. Same. Anyway, I'm gonna put him in a vac suit.
Okay. Roll me your vac suit skill. This is going to be 2d6. Oh god, you're putting it on somebody else.
I can
guess
help.
based off your dexterity. 2d6 minus 1. Oh, so you're going to help with Sven. Okay,
Yeah.
so Sven is actually first let me see how Urian does.
Okay.
2d6 minus 1, and then Sven, you can roll your 2d6 plus
9.
5.
Jeez.
Okay, so you do an all right job. It's a bit slow going because it looks like Reek has absolutely no idea of how a vac suit works. So he's kind of getting in the way. But then at the end, Sven, you kind of help accelerate matters.
Okay.
And you get him all dressed. But you can tell, as you're helping in the process, Sven, that this person who formerly was Redthane, who presumably was a fairly accomplished pirate, has zero knowledge of how a vac suit works. Now.
Okay.
So this is not a total loss. We need to document that use the recording on my computer to document that all of these people are dead or brain dead.
Also, didn't we have
roll for me,
engineer?
Andrew.
Wasn't engineer also going to get into the command codes?
Yeah, but
Yes.
you told us to return to the you told us to return to the ship.
Oh, but we never got a roll from engineer on that, which is why I.
Yeah, no, it's a time thing for him to do all of those things. But also, he will say to you, he's going to get it piece by piece, but he will also tell you that once everything's unlocked, it will need a crew to pilot.
I assume the composition of our assault team right now probably can't. I mean, we've got a pilot down there.
Yeah, but you would need more than a pilot.
No one down there can navigate.
Yeah, like he can unlock certain engineering systems, but you'd need someone down there like changing the power systems, powering up the M drive.
Shit. Yeah, leave the ship there.
We have engineers. I have engineer 0, but I don't know that we have anybody to navigate.
Yeah.
For Andrew, roll me 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. 7.
I'm going to give you a 1-point bonus because of some of the work that you've been doing with your computer. As you start to record these bodies, you see a glint out of your corner of your eye, and in the corner of the wall, you can see that there is a camera that is being mounted.
What is it connected to?
Do you want to try to connect it to your personal computer?
Sure.
Roll me your computer skills. I think it's 2d6 plus 1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Seven again.
Okay, well, this was a pretty easy check. You can see that there is a private network that's linked to a series of cameras throughout the ship.
And are these connected to the ship itself?
No, It's a private network. It seems to record the past 12 hours and then it auto deletes footage.
We need to force that to auto delete right now. I want to download the footage and wipe the system.
Okay, that's going to be another computer's check for you.
Also, remember that a part of the plan.
10.
Okay, you're going to be able to download it, though the download time is going to depend on how much footage that you want to download.
How long would it take me to download all of it?
The entire past 12 hours will take you roughly an hour to download.
Then I just want to. I guess I don't want the cops to find it.
Okay, but
so I will
if you want to do just the last hour of footage,
that will be good.
That'll take you about 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I still want to purge the whole system when I'm done.
Okay, so you're going to purge it as well as do the download of the past hour.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't want.
So you'll manage that. Okay, so you're all departing for the Bloody Elf. Okay, getting back to the Bloody. Are you so you're leaving all of the brain dead people where they're lying?
Yes.
Okay. Monty, was Sharky doing anything during all of this time?
Not taking his eyes off of the maniac that made the human throne. So no, I guess.
Yeah, as you were doing that, you would probably also notice that both Veronica and Leonard seem to be keeping a very close eye on him at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yuri's not doing anything funny. He's cooperating peacefully.
Okay.
I think that's the weird part.
All right. Well, so first it was Sven and Urian who headed to the ship alone. Then I guess is everybody leaving with Andrew now?
Hopefully
Yeah.
you're coming with me.
Okay. So yeah, Andrew, as you go through, and like even the explosive expert that seemed a bit exuberant before seems pretty subdued as you guys are bouncing back to the ship. So yeah, you're back onto the Bloody Elf.
I'm gonna look at Sven and be like, okay, so no one else can really pilot the ship but me, and I'm not gonna do anything funny. Do you care if I pilot the ship back to where we need to go?
I think that's probably the safest way we'll all get back.
Okay.
Okay, make a piloting check for liftoff.
2d6 what?
Plus 4.
4? Okay. 8.
Okay, you'll manage a smooth.
I fill him in that basically the one that he got away has brought the entire system down on him.
Oh shit.
They are very upset about psychic contamination and all of that bad stuff.
Oh shit.
And I don't know what the captain's going to do with you.
Oh, might be, guys, might be.
Well, that is why we operate within the parameters of the plan, and why we operate with a degree of subtlety. And hopefully, if you live long enough, you'll have learned that lesson.
Ah, shit. Well, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I kind of got giddy about passing this test. That I kind of maybe, I kind of got, I wanted to really impress you guys about this, and I kind of maybe, what is that? What's the term? Task failed successfully.
Massacre.
There's nothing successful about this. We did not recover anyone that we can we did not recover anyone that we can return to Clark intact.
Oh,
Well, that's not true. We can take Redthane back. They didn't specify what condition he was supposed to be in.
It was alive. He is technically alive.
Reek.
Yeah,
He
that's right.
could have killed him, and it's still I think we
Here
still
I
would have gotten money for it. Not that what you're saying is untrue, but
Reek loves master.
What's that, Andrew? Sorry.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have to get away from these system patrol goons.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So it will take your ship roughly about an hour and a half to get back to the Ganymede.
What is the
Pilot
other?
back
What
up
is,
there.
do you have? I ask Urian. Do you have? Do you see the patrol boat? What is it doing?
Can I run a sensors check?
Sure.
Is that 2d6 plus 6 or plus 4?
+6.
6? Okay. 15.
All right, so you do a sensors check. It seems to be holding position about 50,000 kilometers away from both the Misery's company and the Ganymede. It's kind of placed itself in that position. You can also tell from the comms buoy and everything, a lot of the local traffic that was going about before throughout the system. Their transponders have basically told you that they are now all kind of like headed to the main world of Palindrome right now. And you can tell from the transponders, a second system patrol boat is kind of like on its way at full burn. At this point, it will be about 30 hours before it gets here. And actually, with that high of a roll, you can also see it looks like the system has diverted resources and several fairly slow in your mind, especially because you're used to higher tech level stuff, but several lower tech level platforms, it looks like satellites or other defensive measures that they've kind of strewn about the system are being kind of like reoriented to kind of descend down upon this moonlet.
Well, shit.
Really screwed the pooch there,
I guess.
bud.
Yeah.
So are you going to share this information that you've gleaned?
Yeah, I will. Probably best to be upfront about this stuff since he got arrested, right? Just be like, also, like, apparently, they're sending satellites and stuff for some weird reason. Bunch of pirates, don't know why.
You did a psychic attack and somebody saw it.
Right, I don't see why that's an issue.
That's a big issue.
Oh. I mean, they're just pirates.
They don't care. There's one thing that's what they hate worse than pirates. It's psionics.
Ah, gotcha. Well, we could just say one of the pirates that I killed was a psionic, right?
I don't know what
That
we're
would be
doing.
awfully hard to push.
Leonard kind of shakes his head and puts his like face in his hand and says, "There are many things that some people think are worse than death." And he jerks his chin at Redthane, and that is a highlight of what might be worse than death.
Ah.
Can
Agree to
we
disagree, I guess.
Open a comm channel with the Ganymede, please, Ariel.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
I'll do that.
Urian, that would be 2d6 plus 5.
13.
You have a secure channel with the Ganymede. Ukluna, you now are getting a secure channel that's linked to the Bloody Elf.
Hi, Captain.
You don't say anything.
Oh, sorry, Captain.
Andrew, what's the word?
We are returning to you as instructed. Things are getting really hot out there.
Yeah, we're picking up some of that here too.
We have the prisoner. He is compliant and assisting in our return.
As you're saying that, you can overhear this, Ukluna. Reeklov's master.
Who is that?
That is Redthane. Sorry.
Like,
Sven, if he talks again, hit him.
I gotcha.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, so what are your instructions?
Board the Gani McCore. Everyone boards the Gani McCore. Yeah, I want everyone on this ship.
Okay, we're like I said, we're returning to the ship now. I have gotten recordings and evidence of the death of the disablement of all members of this pirate crew. And
Okay.
we have what is physically Ferrik Redthane, their leader, though he is in no mental ability to attest to such.
Okay.
We only have our information, and we only have our records and log summaries to prove that this ship is the attacker and that this man was the captain.
Okay, I'm going to lean over to the ship intercom and order the doctor to meet the assault team at the airlock.
Of course, Captain. You hear some concern in Dr. Jean's voice. It's like, oh, were there any injuries that I should be aware of?
I'm not even sure the word injury properly describes what happened to this person. You're probably you're probably dealing with some kind of psionic attack.
One more thing, Captain.
Yeah.
If Engineer was able to get command access to Redthane's ship, I would ask that they download any information that they can find that proves that this ship was involved in the attacks on the 2 planets.
Okay.
Engineer will give you a little thumbs up from his station.
Okay. Andrew, what kind of... Because you're fairly read in the law, right?
A little.
How much legal trouble are we in?
We are technically accomplices in a psionic attack. We're in very big trouble. We can attempt to disavow all knowledge of our friend here and let the system deal with him. Or we can all and hope that they decide to let us go, or we can all run together.
Okay, get back to the ship.
Those at my analysis, those are our 2 options.
Okay.
We all surrender and hope they let us go someday, or we all run.
Heard.
Or we
fight, right? And then run.
Yes, well, that's part of the running, is shooting anything that stops us from running away.
All right. Barbie.
Who's got secondary fuel? Just us?
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Misery's company does have enough fuel to do another jump. It would be the Bloody Elf that currently does not have fuel.
Yeah. That's why I want everyone on the ship.
That's a problem, but that's somebody's problem.
It's not our problem. It's not our problem. Everyone on.
Problem that somebody created.
Yeah. All right.
Ask Krish if there's a fuel point, if he knows of another fuel depot between here and Borite again, or we can go back to the same one.
It would have to be the same one.
Okay.
Where?
Are we? Is there? more fuel there for us to get?
Should be, yeah.
Okay. Well, that might have to be our course then.
Okay. Barbie, we're gonna need some. Regardless of how this shakes out, I want some emergency jump coordinates, or
All right.
I guess instructions.
So
For
she
that.
hasn't heard what was going on, so you're just calming her with the intercoms, and she said, "Okay, Roger that, Captain. Did things go tits up?"
Yeah. No, they sure did.
All right. Acknowledged.
Krish, we might have a fight on our hands soon.
All right, acknowledged, Captain.
I
Hey,
would-
we outnumber them right now, but whether we're fleeing or we're fighting, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of talking first, but we're not powering up weapon systems until until our crew is on the ship.
Acknowledged, Captain. I'll in preparation though, should I start to divert some power to my jump drive since it'll take about an hour to spool up?
It's gonna take you an hour to spool your jump drive.
Generally, it takes about an hour for most ships to do so.
It's gonna take an hour for us as well.
Yeah.
Start spooling it up once the crew is on board the Ganymakor.
Acknowledged. Admiral.
Yeah.
Before I go, my pilot is saying that if we are going to attempt to possibly run, there are some maneuvers we've used in the past where we can try to dive down into the gravity well of this moonlet and then use it to slingshot to the gas giant and then use that to slingshot off faster into position where we could jump. Would you like her to forward you her navigational idea?
Yes, and have her include a risk assessment. I don't know how risky this is.
She said she's never had to do a risk assessment before, so she just said it's a good plan.
Okay.
Saw my GIF.
Oh, I didn't see the gift. Oh, jeez.
What's
All right,
hey,
so-
what's Urian's piloting role?
While
+4.
while he is aboard his own ship,
What-
because he's getting lots of bonuses from his systems.
What would it be aboard the Ganymakor?
Do you want to share that, Sean?
I don't know. What would it be?
2d6.
Okay. So yeah, just normal then.
And Sharky, what would Sharky's be?
2d6 plus 2.
Okay.
So the navigational plan gets sent to you, and it looks like good data to you.
And is it like high risk?
It doesn't seem all that high risk for like a decent enough pilot, and it looks like it would keep like objects between you and the patrol boat.
To give us time to spool our drives up?
Yeah.
Okay.
To spool your drives up and then gain even more momentum with your drives to get out of the gravity well of this gas giant.
Okay. Is the crew aboard yet?
Okay, so about an hour and a half passes by. Occasionally you're getting honor pings from this patrol boat, but they haven't closed the distance at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna answer one of their pings.
Okay. They say, Captain of the Ganymakor Ukluna Enks, we have detected a ship traveling from the surface of the moonlet to you. We can only assume that you are retrieving crew or other matter from Redthane's ship. Please confirm to us what your current operations are.
We are recovering crew, and once the crew boards the ship, they will brief me on what happened. It still is not clear to me what happened.
To your knowledge, you do not know what member of your crew is psionic?
No, and I am ready for a deception check on this if I need.
Sure. Okay, so for Ukluna, deception is 1d6 plus 3.
1d6?
2d6 plus 3, sorry about that, but he did roll 2d6. Okay, so you managed to make it sound pretty convincing, and they say, acknowledged. Please be aware we are keeping an eye on you. Please continue to keep your weapons powered down. Vigilance out. Okay. So in the hour and a half it takes you to get up there, Andrew, do you watch any of the footage?
Yes, I would like to review the footage.
Okay, do you find like a private space to do so?
I would assume so.
Okay. So watching the footage, at first you're kind of looking for the airlock to see where he came in, but then you realize, as you can see, that there is a poker game going on in the captain's room. In the corner of the screen, all of a sudden, you can see Urian just pop into existence and then crouch behind a chair. As the crew, there are 6 members of the crew, including the captain, are playing the game. Urian seems to just watch them for a minute or two. And then as they're playing, he points his hand at each of them. And then one by one, glassy looks seem to replace their previous expressions. Until one, towards the very end, seems to jolt and still be awake, clutches their head in pain, and then falls to the floor. Urian then, in the picture, gets up, and you see there's a confrontation between him and Redthane. Redthane shoots once, twice. Both shots just bounce off of Urian's armor. There's a panicked expression. As you can see, they're talking, but you can see the panicked expression on Redthane's face. And Redthane actually puts his own gun towards his head. But before he can pull the trigger, a look of elation comes over his eyes, and he starts fawning over Urian and acting like a dog. He is then collared, and you proceed to watch through the rest of the footage as Urian systematically goes through the ship and keeps on just pointing his hand at people. You can't see any sort of energy or any sort of projectile come out, but person by person just like slumps down as he points it. Until he eventually comes to the engineering section. There are 2 people working there, a young, it looks like either a teenager or someone in their early 20s, a man working for a woman that is wearing coveralls covered in grease, working on the systems. He comes in with Redthane on the leash and seems to parade him in front of the 2. The young man seems to react in derision to this, turns towards the woman before he slumps down as well after Urian points at him. There seems to be a conversation where the woman looks very panicked. She races against one of the panels and puts her hand on a control. There seems to be a tense conversation, and then Urian and Redthane just back up and out. After Urian leaves, you can see the young woman races forward, and it looks like she locks the door. And then she throws herself towards a Jeffries tube. It takes you a little while through the rest of the recordings to spot her, but you can see her within the bay, and it looks like she takes an air raft from there and leaves. But she is running like the devil is on her heels. And that was your private viewing. And at this stage, Urian will dock with the Ganymecore.
Captain, we're
Ukluna,
here.
The doctor should be down there, right, to meet them.
yes. Dr. Jean will be at the airlock as you enter. As you all come in, he will freeze notably as he sees Urian come in with Redthane on a leash.
Oh, hey, Doc.
What have you done?
In general, today, or like, what do you mean?
He gestures towards Redthane.
Oh, I reeked them.
A look of growing horror crosses his face. You reeked him?
Yeah, okay, so there's this old vid doc called Game of Thrones, and there's a character there named Ramsay Bolton, and he would, there was a character named Theon, and what he did was he turned him into a, creature named Reek, and I kind of got inspired by that, and that's what I did to this guy. And just for the record, I wouldn't do it to anyone here, so just saying that right now.
You did something to his mind.
Yes.
At this point, Reek says, Reek loves Master.
Is Ukluna there?
Right, I'm still on the bridge.
Okay.
Okay. So, Dr. Jean looks very, like this is the first time, Andrew, you have seen Dr. Jean look rattled. He kind of looks towards you and says, I'm sorry, First Officer. Are there any other injuries that I need to treat, or should I be?
I'm not sure why I'm not sure why the captain sent you down here. I don't know that there's anything we can do for this man.
I see. Well, I can see if there's anything I can do. I can start to run scans. As he tries to approach Reek possessively just like hugs one of your legs, Urian.
Like,
and then Dr. Jean takes a step back as he kind of looks stunned.
I'll be like, oh, it's okay, Reek. He's a good guy.
Reek loves Master.
I'll be like, in fact, everyone on this crew is a good guy. So you can all trust him, Reek. Don't worry.
Maybe you should sedate the patient.
Dr. Jean kind of slowly goes up to Reek and very makes eye contact with him, gets down on his level and says, I know today has been difficult for you, but I am going to try my best to make sure that you have some measure of comfort. And he will, as he's doing this, he kind of just strokes his arm, and then basically applies a hypo spray to the side of his neck and supports his body as he goes limp, and picks him up and puts him on a stretcher that he had provided. On the side of it, he hits a button, and Reek starts to float up in the stretcher, and he silently brings him to the medical bay.
I'm gonna go to the captain's quarters and let Andrew and Sven know that I'm there.
I think that's our hint, Andrew.
Also, bring the prisoner.
We're on our way.
Okay.
Also,
so,
do we have a brig, by the way?
We do not.
No.
Oh.
We would have to throw him in the. We would have to freeze him.
So, Sharky, you're left alone with Leonard and Veronica.
You should. All the three of you should resume your posts on this ship.
The explosive expert, as you're leaving, raises her hand as she sees
What was her name?
Sven and Urian go ahead. I'm Kiki. Can I please go back to my fucking ship?
You will be returned to the ship as soon as his. Where is his ship? Where is Chris's ship? It's still docked here with us?
No, it's not docked with your ship at the moment.
Well, I don't know that we can. We will transfer you back to Misery's company as soon as we can. You may stand down and make yourself comfortable.
Right, comfortable. Okay. Right, I'll find a corner for myself and rig it with fucking explosives.
Well, there's a nice common area. You can have a drink on me.
No explosives on the ship, please.
Too late. She has her satchel. Okay. So you and Sven and Urian head towards the captain's quarters, and Sharky, you are now alone with the explosives expert and Leonard and Veronica. And yeah, so you're heading towards your positions now. Leonard kind of leans in towards you, Sharky, and says, "So, is this what you expected when you joined up with us?"
To be honest, I wasn't. No, not at all.
Leonard nods and says, "Same."
I guess I'm gonna go sit down in my pilot seat and I guess touch the controls that are really there.
Yeah, George will nod to you when you get there. He floats up, and you could see. This might be the first time you've ever kind of socialized with him, but that he has no legs, and he's just hovering up now with a grav belt. And he says, good, relieved. I'll get back to the engineering section. And he pauses, and then says, I don't think I've ever seen a Vogger look that pale before.
And, well, I've never seen a man with no legs. It's been a lot of firsts for me.
Well, you stick around, you'll see more of this. And he hovers away. Back to Ukluna, there is a knock on your door, or a little ping bong, as the chime is hit.
Do I have a door? Do I have like a button on my desk where I can just open it?
Probably.
And I'm gonna press that button. That way I don't have to yell at the door every time someone comes to visit.
Okay, in marches Sven, Andrew, and Urian, who is still wearing his battle dress, by the way.
I'm going to give Urian a long, hard stare for several seconds.
I'm gonna wave at him.
I'm going to not register that at all, and turn to Andrew and say, "Where do we stand?"
He shot all of the crew. He shot all of the crew members with something that put them into a catatonic state, and he somehow did a number on Redthane's mind. Worse, he had to let one of them go, and she has apparently told System Defense everything that she has witnessed, including the warping of Redthane's mind. I was able to eliminate what I believe are. I was able to eliminate traces of Urian's presence from a external security system that was located on the ship.
Okay. So if I'm understanding this correctly, there is no actual proof that Urian committed these crimes.
Eyewitness testimony, sir.
There is any real proof. I mean, she's a pirate.
I don't think Vaxus leave fingerprints, sir, but
Okay.
we found an electronic surveillance network and we wiped it.
Sven, roll me 2d6 plus. Let's see, Wenton, roll me 2d6 plus. Hold on, let me look at Sven for a second. Yeah, just 2d6 for me.
$11.
It will occur to you from your time working in security that if they have the right medical technology, they could do baseline scans of these people's brains that were left alive back on the ship. And it would definitely show evidence that their minds had been completely fucking wiped by something very advanced.
All right, I'll share that with Captain and Andrew.
But is your brainwave gun psionic in nature or something else?
Is it psionic in nature, Richard?
You would know that it's actually recovered ancient technology from Darien that even your best experts can't really reproduce. So each one of these guns and suits is very valuable to the Darien people. And yeah, it is psionic in nature.
Like, best guess, we don't know. Worst guess, we don't know.
How are they going to interpret what they don't know?
Psychic mumbo jumbo.
Yep.
I mean, all they have is the method of the attack. They don't have who did it.
Plus, these people are brain dead, right? Like,
Urian, shut the fuck up.
No, this is
just be quiet.
Because
Okay, well you can talk. Urian can't talk.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, this is me talking. Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, technically they're brain dead, so like they can't breathe on their own, so they're gonna suffocate at some point.
Okay, this is also just me talking. Sean, why did you do those things?
Why?
Well,
because I have to be okay. So like, Ukluna's reaction to this, I don't want this to ruin our friendship.
Like,
based on what happens here.
Mine and yours, or
yeah, I just want you to say, like, there's going to be a conversation between Ukluna and Urian that is not a conversation that would ever happen between Daniel and Sean. I want you to understand that.
Okay. Well, can
also because you're not actually psionic, so of course that would never happen.
Can Urian have a chance to defend himself at least?
Urian should probably just keep his mouth shut.
Okay.
He's got to take this licking.
No, I gotcha.
I am still under orders to bat him in the back of the head if he talks.
So the crew of the Vigilance is convinced that Urian is not a member of the crew.
I don't know what they believe. They just know that he came in.
Well, I mean,
So, Urian, you will have a flashback now to when you offered this engineer a chance to join your crew that was taking in Redthane, and that they would be here soon to get the ship and everything.
Okay.
So you can keep your mouth closed or not. I'm just reminding you of.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. He said not to talk. I'm not gonna talk.
He's following orders. God damn it!
What is the status of engineers? Bullshit right now. Can I ask him?
Downloading evidence. He said, "I've downloaded logs, Captain." Logs, navigational data.
Personal logs from Redthane?
I can start to peruse the data. There's quite a lot of it.
I want every byte of salvageable intelligence from that ship.
Acknowledged.
Personally, my play to the police would be to tell them that we stumbled across this mess and found no one but the bodies, and upon Captain's instruction we returned to the ship.
How do we explain the bloody elf?
We took the ship down.
Oh, I guess they don't know it belongs to Urian, do they?
Yeah, they don't know where. Well, yeah. They don't know where he came. They don't know where he came from. They have no one has any idea where he came from.
Okay.
It's the only. She doesn't know where he came from.
All right.
Looks at Urian. Does she?
Answer her.
I don't believe so.
What did you tell her?
I told her that I wanted to recruit her. But that was
for what?
To join my crew.
Well, we don't know what crew and what. You didn't tell them what crew and what ship.
You offered her a spot on the Bloody Elf or on the Ghani Makor?
On the Bloody Elf.
Did you say the name, or did you just tell her your ship?
No, just my crew.
Yeah. Well, it's a nebulous offer to join a nebulous crew.
Okay.
So we.
Just as a reminder, Sean, you actually offered her a position to pilot her own ship for your pirate fleet.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, okay. So my crew.
Yeah, but like I said, yeah. I mean, like I said, my story is that we came down there to get Redthane. We found the ship disabled, the crew in some kind of catatonic state. We informed the captain, who told us to return to the ship. We saw no signs of the perpetrator.
Okay, so this is the plan. That's what we'll tell them. If they don't buy it, we have a backup plan. We have a set of maneuvers that Chris has shared with us that will put us in a position where we can jump away safely. And then we will run like hell and hope everything works. I think we agree that even if we tell them we have Urian, they're going to want to debrief all of us anyway. And
they want to debrief all of us anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. That's unacceptable.
But I still say that we tell them what our story is, and
okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Sven.
Yep.
Uncuff Urian.
Okay.
And
after you uncuff him, he's gonna do the thing where he rubs his wrists. He wasn't really uncomfortable, but he was putting on a show, kind of.
I'm going to stand up from my desk and take my big floppy hat off and put it on my desk, and then look at Sven and Andrew and say, let me have the room.
Are you sure that's wise?
Yes.
Are you really sure that's wise?
I am sure.
After you leave, you just hear like Daniel in a weird voice say, "Reek loves master."
So I'm going to approach Urian, and I'm going to stand very close, probably within just a few inches of his face. I'm going to let him get a really good look of my battered, deformed hellscape of a face. And then I'm going to say, give me the gun that you used to hurt those people.
I can't.
That was not a question. Give me the gun that you used to hurt these people. Because I got to tell you, I am pretty close to just handing you over to them.
Right, but I can't. It's in my suit.
Then take your suit off.
It's biometrically locked. No one else can use it.
I don't want to use it. I don't want you to be wearing it.
Why?
Look, am I going to give you over to these guys or not?
I mean,
Do you have any idea the position that you've put us in?
right, and I'm sorry about that.
No,
but also,
Okay, whether or not you're sorry is irrelevant. You've put the entire crew of 2 ships in an immeasurable amount of danger. We had a plan. We were going to execute that plan. Everyone was going to walk away from it alive, hopefully. At the very least, none of us were going to be guilty of war crimes. Take the suit off.
what's going to happen to it?
I will not destroy it.
Do I still get to wear it?
I can't guarantee that.
Okay, now you see that's a problem because you saw what I could do with it.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know how good I am with it.
The problem here isn't how good you are with the suit. It's the fact that you and I have a trust problem. So how are you going to fix that? I'll give you a hint. A really good start would be to take the fucking suit off.
Okay, on one condition.
There are no conditions.
No one does anything with it.
Again, there are no conditions.
Okay. Can we take it off in my ship?
No, your ship is being left here.
Oh, shit, that sucks.
Yeah, that is a situation you put us in.
Ah, shit, that sucks.
You don't have enough fuel to jump. What the fuck are we going to do with your ship?
Oh, right. That sucks. Oh, alright, he'll be like, yeah, okay. I'll get out of the suit.
He's able to just, within an instant, it kind of like cracks in half and he just walks out of it.
Is it like
Alright.
is it like a cocoon, like it just kind of like falls like
It's like an Iron
Yeah,
Man
it's-
suit.
I kind of
Yeah, it's-
I kind of like I imagined it like Iron Man's bleeding edge suit.
Well, yeah, there's a picture of him in the suit. that
Yeah,
we
no,
have
yeah, I
uploaded.
saw it. So now we have another problem.
Yes, what's that?
When I brought you aboard, I asked you twice if there was anything about you that was a danger to the crew that you needed to talk to me about. Do you remember that?
Yes. Kind of.
Now, what do you think you should have told me then?
That I'm a psyker?
That's a pretty good start. So I'm going to
Oh,
give you
shit.
the next part of this because I got to tell you, not immediately putting you out of the airlock is going to cost me points with my crew. There are people, you should have seen the looks of some of the people that came on board that were with you on that mission. Like this is going to be a problem for me, and I'm going to take a hit with the crew by just not immediately putting you out the airlock. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen. We're going to try to make it out of this situation alive. The doctor has orders to scan every week every member of the crew to test to see if they have fallen victim to psionic powers or anything really out of the ordinary. If I find that in any measure, small or large, that you've affected any person on this crew with your abilities, I don't care how many fancy suits you have or how many fancy ships you have, I will kill you myself.
Good to know. Can I disclose something?
Other than you're psionic?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess now is the perfect time.
Okay, so remember when we were on Chris's ship? I mean, on that ship with the other crew, and Chris was like, they were all kind of about to go at it, and then the guy just instantly calmed down. Yeah, I kind of told him to calm down psychically. So...
Yeah. I had suspicions, and
okay, cool.
I was waiting for you to tell me yourself instead of lying to me. This is another part of our trust issue, and it's going to be a while before I can trust you. And I hope you can understand why.
I get it. So from my end, I thought you meant if I'm a danger to the crew myself.
You are a danger to the crew by being psionic. That is a danger to the crew.
Oh, I see what you meant. Now, I thought you meant would I hurt the crew, and the answer is no.
I don't know what the fuck you're going to do with your psionic powers. I met you like 6 hours ago.
Well, I know, but I thought we had like a fast friendship going on.
We didn't. You vastly misjudged that.
Oh, shit. Well, my bad.
Your suit for the time being, until I can figure out how to manage this catastrophe that you've put us in, is going to stay in my office. No one will have access to this room except for me.
Okay. And you can promise you're not going to use my suit, right?
I don't even know what the fuck I would do with it.
Okay, cool.
I would suggest that you find an area of the ship away from other people and let them figure out how they're going to cope with what they had to witness down on the planet.
Do you want to just call the crew and I'll kind of explain it like a big shindig?
We have other things to deal with right now. For example, the disastrous situation that you've put us in.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
Get on my office.
Okay. Can I just say one thing in my defense?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And
We'll
Sven
see.
does. If Andrew and Sven, who I imagine are standing outside the door right now, ready to come in here.
See a glass just up against the door listening.
Yeah. I imagine that they are at any moment waiting to jump in here and start shooting at you. So if you could please send them in on your way out.
So I'll open the door and be like, hey, big boss man wants to talk to you.
What's the word, Captain?
That motherfucker is crazy.
No shit.
However, he is a nuclear bomb that, if guided correctly, could be used by us.
Well, let's put it this way. He had, if what we saw on the ship, and I will give you this chip for your own review. There is no way we could have brought him with us if he had chose not to.
Oh, and just another detail that I might have left out before. As he was hunting down the remaining crew members, he just kind of did it like Terminator style, just walking calmly. And just like
Yup.
one by one taking them down.
Like in that police,
Very
department.
much. Very much. Makes me think of, you've been around enough that, he is definitely a psychopath, and he definitely has no remorse, but
That isn't necessarily bad for us. And the fact that he let you bring him here.
the only reason that he came with us is because he chose to.
I'm gonna tap the suit that he left behind with my foot and say he also parted with this, which I did not expect him to.
And then it blows up because someone. No, I'm just kidding.
I hit like the dead man switch on it. It's like how Blade's sword has a little mechanism on it where like if you try to use it, like the blades pop out of it.
Right, or like Batman's mask.
Yeah, it just like zaps me.
April, can you roll me 2d6 plus 1 for a second? It would probably occur to April after watching the footage that leaving the suit in one place here on the ship probably doesn't mean too much to someone who's able to teleport.
Well,
Like
that is,
he could
this
probably get
this
back
is
to
a
it.
symbolic gesture. He could probably pop right in. But once again, he did it.
Yeah.
But he could, if he so desired, just pop right in here and take the suit, much like he appeared inside Redthane's ship at the beginning of this footage.
Another note to keep in mind was the reason he did it was he was looking for the accolades of the captain.
Which I think bodes well for us, at least. I mean, I don't think he's going to go on a murder spree against the crew anytime soon. Sven, our problem is I want a contingency if that ever happens. So if we make it through, what we're about to do here, we start reading up on how to protect at least the bridge crew against someone with powers like this. Maybe you coordinate that with the doctor as well. Okay.
You get a message from engineer coming in. Captain.
All right. What do you have, engineer?
I'm still pulling as much data as I can from the ship, but I have detected the Vigilance is sending probes and other unmanned vehicles are approaching the moonlet. The probes appear to be heading towards the downed ship on the moonlet.
Okay. Establish or maintain the connection for as long as you can. Every byte of data.
I'll continue on to the bitter end.
Well, not to the bitter end. Just, I mean, when it, like, if it's gonna get us fucked, sever the connection.
They can't know we were here.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 9:30.
Yes.
Yep.
So is that a good place to?
Yep. So we'll leave off there.
Sean, I'm sorry I had to get mad with you. I hope you don't take it personally.
Oh, I don't. I get
Okay.
it.
I personally very much like you as a person.
Oh, that's good. I like you as a person too, Daniel.
All right. So I hope everyone enjoyed this session. I had to do a little bit of a side session this week with Sean that determined what happened in that time before you guys boarded the ship. So it was an interesting experiment there. Thanks everybody who's still with us for enjoying Gungans and Dragons, Pirates of Drynax Edition.
If you're still watching, there might be a last-minute stream tomorrow at 7. I'm not sure what it will be. It will depend on what happens with this concert I'm supposed to be playing tomorrow. So if you're around tomorrow and you see us go live, come and say hi. Otherwise, thanks for sticking through the whole thing, and we hope to see you guys next week.